Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, thank you for joining us for another edition of Wrestling Talks and Thoughts. I am your host, Saheem the Dream, with my co host,
J McMain.
and we have a special guest with us from Black News Undisputed. Please introduce yourself again. He is a returning guest.
What's up, everybody? It's Andre from Black News Undisputed, right here on Facebook. What's up, everybody? What's up, brother?
Yes, Andre Ajo's in the house, and we are going to discuss wrestling. So we was having a great conversation before we went live. We was talking about some things concerning wrestling. So we're going to discuss it with you guys. We want you guys to hit up that comment section, light up that comment section. We want to know what you guys think. We want you guys to join into the conversation. All opinions, all thoughts, all ideas are welcome. We want to read them out loud. We want to know what the wrestling universe is thinking concerning these things surrounding WWE. Our main topics of tonight is we're going to discuss TLC, and then we're going to get a little bit into Raw, what you guys thought about the Monday Night Raw after TLC, and we want to hear what you guys think about what's going on with these storylines, what's going on with these characters. So let's get into some TLC because a lot of things happen. Sean Keys is in the house. Sean Key, my guy. Let's go, Sean. We still waiting on you, Sean. We waiting on you, Sean.
Well, from the grapevine, I have a special source that says Sean is definitely going to be on the show this Sunday.
Sunday, yes.
That was from a source.
Finally, yes, because last time we were supposed to go, we had Sean up. We had Sean up here. We had him ready to go. We was ready to rock and roll, and I was having some technical difficulties, and unfortunately, I had to cancel the show. But Sean, we will be on this Sunday. It will be great to have you on, so we can have some conversation. He's always hitting us up in the comment section. Always has some great opinions. Always has some great thoughts to share with us. But guys, let's get into wrestling.
I'm sorry. Sean's baby girl's birthday was this past Saturday, so happy birthday. I think it's Skylar, I want to say. Sean, don't kill me if I got it wrong, but yeah, that's why he didn't make it this Sunday. But this coming Sunday, he said he's good.
No, that's cool. Happy birthday, Skylar, to Sean's little girl. Happy birthday, and many, many more. We wish you a happy birthday. That is definitely a great thing to celebrate the birthday of a child and them living. I don't know how old is she, Sean? If you don't mind telling us, how old is she? Sean's gonna let us know in the comment section how old his daughter is, his baby girl. All right, guys. Well, let's get into some topics concerning wrestling. If you guys are signing on, share, like, hit us up, let us know what you guys think. Let's get into these topics. TLC. So let's talk about the hot news right now concerning TLC. She just turned 4. Sean says, happy birthday again to Skylar. She just turned 4. That's excellent. She turned 4. Got a healthy 4-year-old daughter at home. Excellent. Let's get into it. Charlotte Flair's return.
It's funny because when we went live on Sunday, it might have been Ethan Wick who had commented, and he was saying, hopefully Charlotte isn't the mystery partner of Asuka. And boom, there you have it. Charlotte becomes the mystery partner of Asuka.
Right.
Now, looking back on it, I guess it makes sense because storyline was Nia Jax was the one that took her out. So she comes back and takes the belt from Nia. Mm-hmm. And then, I guess when we get to Raw, we'll get to that part. But she did kind of hint like, okay, about that Raw Women's Championship, and then that's when Nia and Shayna came out. So I'm assuming they put the belts on Charlotte and Asuka to eventually have them feud for the Raw Women's Championship. Hopefully it's not at WrestleMania again. Hopefully Charlotte does not win again. Hopefully.
Andre, would you like to chime in? Because I got something to say.
Andre,
would you like to chime in, Andre?
Well, I mean, Charlotte is supposed to be, I guess, like they said she's a 14-time women's champion.
Yeah.
She's like Ric Flair, it took him many years to get to that number. And they just gave her the belt. She's good. She's athletic. But I just don't think that she's actually the best. You know what I'm saying? And I like Charlotte Flair. but I just feel like it was too fast. And obviously she comes back, they're just gonna put the belt on her because she's Charlotte Flair.
Right.
That's just what it is. It is what it is, man. I'm not complaining about it.
Okay, so before I say what I'm going to say, because I thought about this all day while I was at work. Sean Key says Charlotte definitely was going to mention it. Wait, Charlotte definitely was going to mention it before Nia and Shayna came out. So Charlotte definitely was going to mention it before Nia and Shayna came out.
Oh, you're talking about the women's title because remember when Asuka on Raw, when Asuka and Charlotte.
Okay, I got right. That Charlotte was going to mention about her.
She said because Asuka's like I'm double champion, so Charlotte's like yeah about that Raw Women's Champion. That's when Nia and Shayna came out.
Gotcha. So this is what I was going to say, right? Sean says mention the women's title. Got it. As I was going to say, I thought about this all day, and it dawned on me. I realized that Charlotte Flair is going to break her father's and John Cena's record.
Of course,
she's going to do it. They want her to do it. This is prophecy. I promise you, she's gonna. And I'm quite sure you guys are like, yeah, like she's gonna do it. She's gonna break the record. And even though it doesn't really, you can't really like compare it, but you can compare it as far as championship reigns, but you can't compare it in the sense that it's not the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. You know what I'm saying? But it does have a level of prestige for the women, but it's just not as the lineage behind the World Heavyweight Championship is not as great. But they're definitely going to have her break. So you said 14 times? She's 14 time already?
Yeah, I believe it's 14 time. Yep.
Yeah, so when she hit 50, yeah, they're gonna toss title after.
She's like the modern day female Hulk Hogan. I mean,
no, she's not. Don't you know what? No, don't you blaspheme that man? Don't you? Anthony Cobb said horrible. Listen, no. I'm gonna tell you why. Listen. I understand. Listen, I get it. I know you guys. Listen, we all. I know you guys. Definitely have some great disgust towards Hogan. I get it, and for the comment he made, and he tried to make amends of what he said and what he did. But if we're just talking about what he did for the aspect of pro wrestling, there will never be another Hogan. It's what Hogan was able to do in two different eras. No other wrestler was able to do. You know what I'm saying? Like he literally ruled and I mean like he was the man in two different eras. Like he pulled fans from one organization to another. We got the comment section lighting up. Anthony Cobbs says 5 times women's champ on SmackDown. He says 4 times Raw Women's Champion, 2 times NXT champion.
Okay.
And Anthony Cobbs says only thing left for her is the women's UK belt.
Okay, come through in with the stats.
Okay, Anthony. That means you know what that means, Anthony. We need to have you up on the show, Mr. Yeah. Anthony, because you out here like what they call it not what's Dad, what's the word, man?
Something like that.
No, like a wrestling almanac. You like the wrestling almanac, Anthony. So we need to have you up here, Ant. We need to have these conversations. We need to have you live.
Well, we asked for a schedule. He never got back to us yet, so I don't know.
Yeah, Anthony Cobb, come on, Ant, come up. Wrestling talks and thoughts need to have you up here so we can talk this talk. Anthony says, Stuart Scott of wrestling. He's the Stuart Scott of wrestling. Let's go. All right, that's what I'm talking about. But I feel like that's what's gonna happen with Charlotte Flair, and they're gonna push it to the moon, and they're gonna have it as this, whatever. But again, with Hogan, no one's ever did what Hogan did. Hogan had 5. As a matter of fact, me and somebody got into a discussion today at my job, and he said that Drew McIntyre is like one of the greatest, and he said Hogan was trash. And I said to him, what Hogan did in 5 title reigns, as a matter of fact, what Hogan did in one of his title reigns, Drew McIntyre has yet to even scratch the surface of doing. So let's stop that. Like stop. Don't compare certain people.
That comment right there reminds me of episode of Tough Enough when Stone Cold asked he asked, Cameron. He said,
right.
He said, "What was your favorite wrestling match?" And she said, "Alicia Fox versus Melina." And he said, "What?"
He was like, "What?"
Yeah.
You know, I still got the clip, but I don't want to show it and then get the video suspended.
Right.
Anthony Cobb says, "I'm free whenever." We have some comments. Word 789 said, "Yo, what's up, Word 789? Thank you for joining us." Chanel Ramsey says, "Respect the queen." Yes, Charlotte. Chanel.
Hold on. First of all, Chanel. So you had a big issue, Chanel, with the role models, but you're going to support this Flair, the queen. Come on, Chanel. We got to talk.
Yeah, Chanel, you got to talk. Chanel, he wants to talk to you. Jay wants to talk to you. Words 789 says, "I can't believe Randy Orton killed the Fiend." He also says, "I'm going to miss the Fiend."
He'll be back.
He also says, "Does this mean Bray Wyatt is cured now, or what?" Chanel Ramsey says, "Hulkamania." We have Brian Jones who joined us. He says, "Laugh out loud. That was terrible." It was SCSA. He had to come back and say no offense to those women. Who's that?
Stone Cold Steve
Stone
Austin.
Cold Steve Austin. Right. There we go. Gotcha. Stone Cold Steve Austin. It just popped right in my head as soon as you said that.
Comment was because out of all the matches that she could have picked, any match.
Yeah.
And that was, I don't remember that match, so it clearly wasn't a classic.
Andy Kyle says, "I respect the queen, but I respect the queen, but come on, you let Lana go through a table 9 weeks in a row." Anthony Cobb says, "Then you let Lana go over on both Shayna and Nia, and then you shelf her for what?" Yeah, that's how it goes.
I think they're still trying to continue to build Lana as this petty baby face. You know, the sympathy. The sympathetic baby face that people are like, "Oh, I feel bad for her," but I don't think they really put a belt on her yet.
It doesn't work if you don't have fans, really. I don't know how they can.
Very true, which is very true.
No, it definitely doesn't work. But Lana did have fans in the beginning when she came out with Rusev and everybody was cheering for her and everything because she was like coming out with like sexy shorts on, and then when she teamed with Dolph Ziggler, but then when she started getting all that work done on her face. And then she went from getting work done on her face to her actually looking like a black lady. And then her going back to like going back to Russia. I was just like, yo, there's too much going on with her. So, but yeah. So what do you guys think about Charlotte Flair's return? If there's any more comments you guys would like to make concerning Charlotte Flair's return, let us know. Hit the comment section. We have word 789, or is it like Bray Wyatt dead too now or what? He also says, "I don't even know anymore." Brian Jones says, "I love the queen, but she doesn't need the belt to be relevant. She doesn't." So let's get into the Fiend a little bit. Is the Fiend dead? So Anthony Cobb says he hated it. He hated the fact that she actually got the belt. Is the Fiend dead? So will we actually see another appearance of the Fiend? And I think that was sort of a feeling that I kind of got after his body was burnt. I don't know if he will be returning again because I heard that Finn Balor actually retired the demon. He's not bringing the demon back. That's what Jay reported a few episodes ago.
I didn't remember that.
What? You remember that? A while ago, you said it was a rumor. It was a rumor that the Fiend Finn Balor was retiring the demon.
Oh wow. But to answer your question, is the Fiend dead? Does Michael Myers ever die? Does Jason ever die? Does Chucky ever die? The answer to that obviously is no, because there's sequels to each one of those horror films. So,
right.
and by Alexa Bliss saying he's in my playground and he'll be back and when he does, so so she's kind of hinting that he'll be back, and we all know he's going to be back. So now he's going to have the same look, or he's going to have some burnt look like Freddy Krueger. We don't know, but I'm sure he's going to be back. Like he's one of WWE's top draws right now.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Andre. I'm sorry.
Oh, it's okay. No, I was just gonna say, I believe he's gonna be back. There, I saw an article on. It was actually on Google too. It was in my Google search, and it said that Bray Wyatt is pitching a Fiend horror movie. So, I mean,
Okay.
I definitely think he's coming back because, yeah, as you said, all of those monsters in all those movies, they always come back. So if the Fiend is a monster, he obviously will come back. He has powers, he'll definitely come back.
Right.
Very interesting. We have Anthony Cobbs. He says, no, I think Alexa Bliss is going to resurrect the Fiend. Interesting. Words 789 says the Fiend got lit up. Sean Key says, I hate the way they do the Fiend, but he's a character that can lose and come back strong. Words says he's definitely dead. Brian Jones says this, the Fiend is one of the best characters, if not the best character in WWE. If he's gone, that will be horrible. But in my opinion, Vince is holding back that character, holding that character down. If guys like CM Punk and JBL can hold the belt for over a year, the Fiend definitely can. That was definitely my expectation. Word says, to be honest, Bray Wyatt keeping ratings for WWE makes no sense to kill him off. So, do you think so? I feel like the salvation of the Fiend is really coming from the fans because we see the great potential that has not been lived out in the Fiend, and I think Brian Jones kind of put it in a good way where he talked about the expectation a lot of fans have for the Fiend once he actually won the Universal title of Seth Rollins, that we thought that he was going to have it for a long period of time because his level of popularity. But unfortunately, that didn't happen. So, and I say that there's a lot of salvation in for the Fiend from the fans because he's still popular because how much we like him so much, because how much we want to see of him, because how great of a character he is, plain and simple. How he's entertaining to watch. The other thing is I think they need to do more with pushing his character and making him more of a top tier.
I agree.
So I think they just need to do more with pushing his character. But you guys feel like the Fiend is not dead. Maybe he'll come back. Maybe within a few months. We'll see what happens. The Miz.
Hold on, before we go into that.
Okay.
Did anybody find that, what is it called, the Firefly Inferno match? I found it entertaining a little bit, especially when he put the gas on a rocking chair and he sat Randy there and he put the trail. Then he lit the belt on fire. I was like, yo, this guy's sadistic. There's no way they kill him off like that.
Yeah, that was pretty good, man. That was pretty entertaining, but it was like I almost felt like when he raised his hands, he was channeling Kane. He raised his hands.
Right.
But Kane never had that much fire.
Right. And see, my reaction is like, okay, well, if Randy comes out with his regular wrestling gear, there's no way he's losing. But he came out with the hoodie and the sweats. I'm like, oh, okay, he might lose. And then the Fiend's wrestling with his leather jacket. I'm like, wait a minute, he take his jacket off? I said, oh, okay, well, this is gonna be interesting.
Yeah.
But yeah, and like I said, it was so entertaining on how they kept trying to set each other on fire. It was different, so I found that very, very funny.
Yeah, but obviously, for those that don't know, it wasn't really the Fiend that was laying there because that was edited so much. You could tell by the way that they cut the shots. You know what I'm saying? I do cinematography. I know they edited that thing so good. So when it was finally the Fiend to get burned, I was just like a big body dummy with the mask on, and then I'm like, if you were really getting burned, you would have been moving or something, and then you would have stopped and died. If they could have done that, it would have looked more real.
Yeah, but he just laid there like, oh, it's rap. I'm just going to take my fate. Jesus, take the wheel.
I really thought that I definitely agree with you, Jay. That the way they set up that match was definitely awesome. I actually liked it. I enjoyed it. We also have some other people who actually agree with you, Jay, in the comment section. Word says, I too agree. Anthony Cobb says it was great. Word says it was entertaining. Anthony Cobb says, yeah, Kane never had that much fire. Guess the pyro guy likes the Fiend more. That's for you, Andre. Chanel Ramsey says, love the rocking chair. She loved the whole gimmick with the rocking chair. Brian Jones says it was entertaining. The rocking chair part was crazy. Laugh out loud. I have to admit, I expected the old school Inferno match with the ring surrounded by fire, but the way they did it was very entertaining. Word says, but I feel like the tone went really dark when Randy Orton straight up murdered him on TV. Word says, but he got cobbed before he got lit up. Brian says they didn't even try to put the fire out. Laugh out loud. Kane was on fire, ran backstage to get the fire on his arm put out. Word says KO. Yeah, like they really just let his body sit there and just like fry in the middle of the ring. It was crazy, but I really definitely like the production quality that they had for the match. It was very interesting. I enjoyed it. I thought it was really good as far as the match is.
Yeah, and then another thing I noticed, especially if you when you're watching the Thunderdome, they have pyro where the fans would usually be because it's just screen, so they can use way more fire and pyro. But when the fans come back, then they gonna have to, they ain't gonna be able to do it that much.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, they're gonna have to do it with it around the ring because they don't want no lawsuits of 30 degrees. Yeah, people go and be like, hey, I burned my WWE. They trying to get that money. Anthony Cobb says they asked for ratings and they gave us a live murder. Lamont Lane is dropping in. Thank you for Lamont. Thank you, Lamont. My brother's dropping in. Yo, he says that, yo, what's up? Thank you, Lamont, for joining us on Wrestling Talks and Thoughts. I'm sorry, Jay. Go ahead.
You remember on Sunday, you did mention that Raw is looking for a little darker side, and there you have it.
Yeah, because there was a report that USA is very upset with the ratings, so they're like they want them to really push the envelope a little more than they've been because it's too kiddie and it's just boring. So the ratings are as low as they've ever been.
Right, and you know why? Because WWE's mindset right now is impress Fox. They all their storylines, everything is based off trying to keep that Fox contract. Because they feel like with Raw, they could go back to Spike or they can find another network for Raw, but they feel like that Fox deal is important. That's why they're focusing more on Fox, and that's why Raw hasn't been as great as it was.
Yeah, it definitely can be a lot better. We were actually talking about that before we actually went live about the quality of the show. There was something that Andre was mentioning to me earlier concerning there was a podcaster who Solo Monster. He's on YouTube. He posted some videos. We sometimes will listen to Solo Monster. I'm quite sure some of you guys are familiar with Solo Monster, and he was talking about about how the ratings are worse than they were from last year. Like last year, the ratings were at a low, but I think last show we actually reported that they're at an all-time low. Like they're lower than they've ever been, and we know that part of it is due to Corona. And as me and Andre was discussing, we was talking about this, is that we were talking about the absence of the fans' reaction. So so we were just talking about the absence of the fans' reaction. We got some comments in the comment section. Anthony Cobb says, action you shall receive. Sean Keith says, we talked about this before. WWE has to do something to keep the fans there and ratings up. Brian Jones says they need to add head chair shots back. Not too many, at least one or two here and there, not like how The Rock tried to murder mankind years ago.
That was.
Anthony Cobb says they need more crash of birds, blood and head chair shots, and more puppies. Right. More
Yeah, I would. Yeah, I agree.
yes. So it's very evident that the lack of they just again the fans have asked for the Attitude Era, and they need to bring it back. We need, again, like we talked about this last show. Me and Jay was talking about this last show about how the Attitude Era brought in college fans that really started the wave of all those banners and really bringing a lot of popularity to like DX and Triple H and Shawn and Brett and in the Attitude Era it was popping, man. It was lit. So we need that same type of energy to come back.
Exactly.
We have another comment from Anthony Cobbs. They need more crash. Right. Okay. I'm sorry. That's the same comment. Right. So we definitely need that. I'm sorry. Is the other comment, Anthony Cobbs. And better tag teams as well, because AEW tag team division is killing WWE right now. So let's move on to the next topic. The Miz failed Money in the Bank cash in. The Miz failed Money in the Bank cash in. What do you guys think about this? How do you guys feel about the Miz not being able to cash in his Money in the Bank, us being teased for another Miz title run? How do you guys even feel about Drew McIntyre's title run? Do you guys feel like the Miz title run would have been a relief from Drew McIntyre's title run? Do you guys feel like the Miz should have gotten a title run? Do you feel like the Miz would have brought something new and fresh, being a heel?
Personally, for me, I feel like title doesn't matter right now. If there's no, let me keep going back to this. If there's no fans in the building watching it, Drew McIntyre beating Brock Lesnar to me means nothing. Because he didn't get the proper reaction, the proper WrestleMania. That was like the worst WrestleMania ever. You know what I'm saying? Ever. No fans. And then he wins. Brock Lesnar should have just. This is when Brock should be the champion. But he could just give him the belt, let him just stay home or whatever, or come beat up somebody. It meant nothing to me. Everybody just collecting the paycheck right now. Whatever they need to do better. Like, titles don't mean anything right now without the fans. I'm sorry.
So I find it interesting, and I'm actually going to go back and watch TLC, because if you guys notice, the angle that they're trying to go with is the Miz never cashed in. They're trying to say Morrison is the one cashed in for Miz. So technically, the Miz never cashed in is what the angle they're trying to go. That's why when whatever the guy with AJ Styles said, Morrison should never cash in. So Miz like, you know what? You're right. I didn't cash in. Morrison cashed in. So he's talking to Zayn trying to get the Money in the Bank contract back. Now I think that Miz should actually have won if that's the case, because we need something different. Like, I mean, we all happy when Randy did beat Drew to have it for a month and then give it right back to Drew. So we need something different. And again, I'm just astonished with the Miz promos, like the promo day on Miz TV when he was telling AJ, I'm sorry, and AJ cut him off, and he just went into this deep, passionate promo. Like that, the Miz is awesome when it comes to that. And no point intended, but he's definitely awesome when it comes to that, like hands down.
I have something just ran through my mind, and I realized that there's a great comparison to who the Miz really reflects as a modern day someone. And I never thought about it, but when I think about it now, when I think about his in-ring technique and his promo ability, I said to myself, he's the modern day version of this person. The comment section is pretty hot right now. James Presley says he loves it. Also, Brian Jones says they did the Miz dirty. He held down Monday Night Raw as the IC champ when Brock held the title hostage. He deserves another title run. Anthony Cobb says, "Thank God I was praying to all the gods in the universe that the Miz did not accomplish that moment." So Anthony Cobb definitely was against Miz. Brian Jones is for Miz. Anthony Cobb says, "I agree with the Drew beating Brock with the no fans." He agrees with you, Andre. Sean Key says, "After watching Drew interview with Stone Cold, it makes sense having him champ right now."
I gotta look at that.
Shanima agrees. She agrees with the decision. James Presley, they did not wait. I'm sorry. They did that to Mix because they did that to Miz because his wife is coming back. So they are forming Miz, his wife, Morrison tag team belts. Okay, interesting. Sorry. Mix Miz, laugh out loud. Right, gotcha. So my thing is, I think the Miz is a modern day Flair. If you compare them, Flair was always great at promos. Flair will give you $1 million promo. He'll make you laugh, he'll make you angry, he'll have you entertained, be like, who is this guy? Who does this guy think he is? And then he'll talk the talk, but when he get in that ring, he's not giving you the best match, but he's giving you the best match a heel can give you, where he gets the crap beat out of him, outsmarts his opponent, and wins, and walks away. Miz is definitely, by far, the modern day Flair. I think if Miz really, really kind of channeled into that Flair a little bit more, I think we may have a whole other monster in the Miz that we've never seen before.
Not too much though.
Not right, not too much, right? Not too much where it's so like
you don't want him to lose his what? You don't want him to get divorced and be messing with a whole bunch of girls. He got a beautiful wife.
Right, having a plane full of women and cocaine, right? Nah, we don't want that. Nah, we don't want that, right? We don't want that. Anthony Cobb, I've never been a fan of The Miz. He never had a singles match where I said, wow, that boy is special. Hopefully I read that right, Anthony. James Presley, that's true. He agrees with Miz being a modern day Flair. He is nothing but a jobber to me. Wow. Brian Jones, modern day Flair. Sorry, I'm going to steal that. I agree. Yeah. So the comparison. I thought about it. I was like, they do everything the same. The only thing I think Flair really has him beat at is that Flair just has more charismatic promo. Like Flair will really make you laugh. Flair will really entertain you. Miz just has those really good, passionate promos where he points out these points, but and he goes on these rants. But the rants are so accurate, but at the same time, whether they're true or they're not, is just like, yo, you're really bringing out the fire and entertainment in this rant that is just like really keeping me captivated. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like, yeah, you're really still in this moment right now.
Now, are you saying that because he stole the figure 4?
Am I saying that because he stole a figure 4?
Well, no, Flair. I think Flair gave him the figure 4. Didn't he?
Yeah. It was a little hokey when they did it. Like they were like kind of like Miz was trying to do the dance and all this other stuff, and then he did it was just like, no, just do the figure 4. Like just do it, or just bust it out sometime, randomly. But they were dancing around the guy's leg, and then they both did the figure 4 at the same time. It was a little cheesy, but yeah. Wait, did Shawn Michaels give the super kick to Dolph Ziggler?
I think he just know that.
Dolph Michaels just stole.
You just called him Dolph Michaels? Is that what you just called him?
Dolph Michaels.
Dolph BK, huh?
Yeah, he definitely just took the whole gimmick. He took the look, the hair. Because mind you, if you think back, Dolph Ziggler's hair was not that long at one point when he first started. It took a while for it to get as long as it did.
Right.
Then he started
exactly.
the corner stomp. Also, just tune up the band, and they even renamed the Sweet Chin Music. So yeah, he stole it.
Yeah, he definitely did. Real quick comment section. Anthony Cobbs, Miz is great on the mic. I give him that. Anthony Cobbs says, but you can wait. But can you name one match he had that's 5-star matches? I can name one. I can name a 5-star match that Miz had, but most of the match was due to the drama in Dolph Ziggler when him and Dolph Ziggler fought for the IC belt, where Dolph Ziggler put his career on the line for the IC belt, and Dolph Ziggler super kicked him without the boot. That was pretty dramatic, but it was definitely a 5. I would give it a 5-star. That was a great dramatic match. I don't think HBK approved that Dolph BK used the super kick and Brian Jones. I don't know if Michaels gave Dolph the kick, but he definitely took a kick from Dolph.
Yeah, he did do that.
James Presley, do you think Miz and Morrison is going to split up soon because jealousy might set in? So,
I hope so.
Yeah, what they need to do, they need to make Morrison start hitting on Maurice.
Right.
That would be good. And then Maurice needs to actually accept it, and then let Maurice kiss Morrison, just like Lana kissing Bobby Lashley. Like, come on, let's see it.
So you trying to recreate the whole Hulk Hogan, Macho Man, Elizabeth kind of angle?
Yeah, that would be
good. He's like, Hogan, I see lust in your eyes. You say it's friendship, but I see lust in your eyes. Like, yo, Macho Man was going crazy. He was losing it, man. Who is it? Here we go. Comment section. Anthony Cobb says, now that guy needs a push. Morrison, yes. Hits on the Miz wife, yes, that's great. Now that's a great idea. I totally agree. That would be hilarious, but it would be definitely a great idea, and it would actually stir the pot between the two. And more puppies. Yeah, I mean, Anthony's right, man. We need to see more skin in the game. I mean, come on, like remember.
That's for the last 2 weeks. Now it wasn't puppies, but it was the counterpart of the puppies.
It was Duncan Hines. We had some cakes. We had a cake show. We had the cake without the frosting.
Thank you, Sasha.
So apparently, Jay hits me up earlier this week just to ask me. He's like, "Hey man, did you notice that Sasha Banks, was shaking her cakes on TV?" I was like, "What are you talking about?" He says he was showing a whole lot of cake. I was like, "What?" He was like, "She's just coming." He's like,
and not for nothing, I don't know if y'all noticed, but Sasha moving a lot looser lately. I don't know what's been going on with her. Like, I mean, her little ring interest is a lot like flexier. Like, I don't know.
A little saucier. Okay. Okay. All right. Yeah. I mean, I noticed that. I noticed she's becoming a little bit more sensual.
There you go.
James Presley says facts, laugh out loud. Sean Keys, I think they are splitting up. If you look at how Miz looked at Morrison when he realized he cashed in his title chance. But I mean, well, yeah, that'll definitely stir the pot. Brian Jones says, I think Lana kissing Bobby was punishment. Laugh out loud. They don't need to do that again. Brian Jones says, but Morrison needs to go solo. He is an incredible athlete. Do y'all remember his backstage workout he showed us before one of his matches? I remember when he did the whole not speed running, cross running, something. Jesus Christ, free running. When he did the free running, right. I remember that absolutely. Anthony Cobbs, yeah, she been twerking. was she really twerking? Was Sasha twerking?
Yeah, Sasha. Like even when she came out of Money in the Bank, she was to just watch her last 3 entrances. Like she been a little loose. Like something been going right.
Well, she's trying to do everything she can to bring that appeal. As far as her being women's champion. Because I tell you right now, if Bayley would have been coming out with what Sasha had on, she probably would have held that title a little longer. Like I'm gonna tell you right now, I'll just be honest with you. But it's the appeal. Parkour workout. There we go. Parkour. Thank you, Sean.
The only thing with Bailey is she would have to come out with a Mysterio mask. If she's gonna wear something like the Sasha gear. I don't know. I don't know. Bailey's starting to look.
Wait, what? You said a Mysterio mask? What?
Yeah, she needs to come with the Mysterio family mask because she looking old in the face. Like when she had the hair, a little ponytail. She looked. She was cute. Now her cheeks is like she was like an old somebody old auntie, and you know what I'm saying. Like it's just it's not a good look right now. I don't know. Maybe
she have to let her hair grow back.
Right? Yeah.
So we talking about Sasha, right?
Whoa.
About Bailey.
Nah, I thought she was still married.
Right. So the empty couch says, I think it's because she's on the market now. So I'm like, whoa, hold on a second.
Wait, that's new. If that's
Sean surprised she's not with the Asian dude no more. Okay, Sean's like, what? He's like, I don't be sliding her DMs, huh?
Yeah, I knew that wasn't gonna last. When I saw him, and then I saw Sasha Banks, I said, she's really married to this guy. Not that I'm not playing him or nothing, but I just felt like he was out of her league. You know what I'm saying? And now she's elevated. There's so many guys probably hollering at her.
Right. You think he was a simp? You think he was simping?
Maybe.
I'm just throwing it out there. I just throwing it out there. I just throwing it out there. This is what I throw it out there. Wait, he was Asian. Yeah, he was an Asian dude with glasses.
Some guy that was making the he was like a seamstress or something like that.
Yeah.
I think he's making the outfits. Sean Keys, y'all don't like the Bailey cut? Laugh out loud. The I mess with black guys cut. Wait, do Bailey date black dudes? Is she
it's not really her hair, it's her face. Like her cheeks is getting older. Like,
I mean, whatever. Let me stay out the conversation. For a frying pan come flying across this camera. Brian Jones, isn't Sasha husband with the company? He does the uniforms, right?
Yes,
so if they broke up, you already know, like that's something that happened backstage. She's probably messing with Drew or Dolph, because I don't know if y'all know, but Dolph Ziggler, he done had a few backstage.
We all know Dolph is a backstage. Well, Sean was too, so I guess he's following in HBK's footsteps. So yeah.
Yeah, he's definitely like following.
Sasha Banks, Drew McIntyre or Drew Gulak?
I'm sorry, what'd you say?
You said Drew. You talking about Drew McIntyre or Drew Gulak?
McIntyre. McIntyre. I don't know how Gulak get down, but I doubt Gulak is probably. But you never know. You never know.
Yo, listen.
You never know.
Look, we see who her husband was, so our standards are kind of low. So I mean,
right, exactly. Gulak was probably, James Presley. This might be off the subject, but did y'all hear they are changing Roman Reigns' song because there is no more Shield, and it don't fit his character now? I think that's actually a great idea to change his music, and hopefully they give him something that's just as hard hitting as the music he has now. That really, I think it's going to enhance his character for the most part. But I haven't heard that though. Have you guys heard about that at all?
Yeah, I read something online that said his music was going to change. So I guess it's possible. But Roman Reigns is doing pretty good. I like that he got the shirt off now. I don't really like the colorful. One is white and one is black. It's probably just all be black.
So it's actually, wait, hold on a second. I'm sorry. It's actually gold. I just realized, and I forgot to mention, it's supposed to be the Infinity Gauntlet, I believe.
Oh, well, it needs to be more gold because it looks white on TV.
I think it's supposed to be. I think it's supposed to be an Infinity Gauntlet. So I'm gonna hit the comment section real quick. So we're gonna begin to wrap up in a little bit because our time is winding down. We have 45 minutes on the clock. We're gonna wrap up in a few minutes. Hit the comment section real quick. Anthony Cobbs, Dolph is hitting everything backstage. Dolph is very known. Dolph is famous for messing up relationships. Laugh out loud. He is, and I think that's probably why he didn't get his title run because of his ethics backstage, his morale. Anthony Cobb, he the new HBK without the pills. Very much true. Sean had some sunny days, and Dolph probably had some meetings with the boss. Actually, Dolph had some sunny days. Believe it or not, Dolph messed with Sonny, right? And I don't know if you guys know that Sonny actually did some adult filming. Do not blame me if your web browser has Sonny typed in on Pornhub. Do not blame me, all right? But I'm just saying, I'm just letting you know that Sonny has been an adult, right, and done some adult movies. And anyway, she actually hooked up with Dolph. So they asked her in the shoot interview, they said, who were the guys you slept with, blah, 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 blah. So when it came to Dolph Ziggler, who's one of the guys I was mentioned, and then she said 7 hours. And he said, what do you mean 7 hours? She said, as a matter of fact, he had just finished wrestling a match or whatever, and they were in the same town, and they finally got the chance to really cross paths because they talked, off and on or whatever, and they were going to meet up. And she hit him up, sometime that day or that night, whatever, after the match was over. And she was like, "How you doing?" He's like, "I'm good." He said, "I got a little concussion, whatever." She was like, "Oh, I don't want to disturb you. Maybe we could, meet again or whatever, and converse or whatever." And he was like, "Nah, we can still meet up." So they hooked up, and she said, he, made sweet, passionate, zigzagging to her for 7 hours with a concussion. She said that she bragged about it. All right. That's what she said. This is what you guys can look up the interview. She spoke about it. But Dolph Ziggler has had sunny days.
Bernie Mac said it don't take all that. I'm married. Married folks know 7 hours. That ain't real life. You ain't in it for 7 hours. You probably foreplaying for 6 hours, 6.5 hours, and then 30 minutes. You finish it off.
Yeah. All right. So we're gonna hit the conversation real quick. Comment section real quick because we gotta actually leave. Sean had some sunny days, and Dolph probably had some meetings. All right. I'm sorry. I read that already. I think Roman needs no music. Interesting. James Presley, and it is true that Goldberg wants Roman. Yes, we heard about Goldberg wanting Roman. James, do you really want to see Goldberg fight Roman Reigns at this point right now? I'm kind of over it. It would be cool to see it, to have it, but I don't think the fans really will be into it, regardless of how good the match is. Yeah. It's going to be a spear fest. It's going to be spear, jackhammer, Superman punch, and then the match is going to be over because Goldberg is not going to give you nothing more than a spear and a jackhammer right now. He hasn't been doing anything else but that. Brian Jones says, "My wife loves that Roman took his shirt off. My wife loves that Roman took his shirt off. We had Big Baby on here, and his girl liked that Roman took his shirt off. Personally, it looks better for his character, but it needs to go back on because my wife, damn it." Right. I get it. Real quick, Brian Jones. Oh yeah, Dolph was with Sonny too. Laugh out loud. Yes, they definitely saw our video. I saw our video boring, but I saw it. All right. Last thing, real quick. Let me just mention this real quick. Comment real quick. The Hurt Business tag title wins. What do you guys think? This will be the last comment, the last subject we'll talk about, and then we're going to sign off. What do you guys think about the Hurt Business winning the tag titles? Were you guys for it? I'm going to hit the comment section real quick. Sorry, Anthony Cobbs. Come on, look at his name, Dolph Ziggler. You can't get more porn star than that. James Presley. Presley says no. Anthony Cobb says, Dolph Ziggler does sound like a porn star's name. Anthony Cobb says, "I'm tired of Goldberg. I'd rather see the other Uso brother dethrone Roman." No, that would be. You get the floor, Jay. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I was thinking, as I think I was watching the Kevin Owens and Roman match. I thought Jimmy was going to actually come back and help Roman win, but I think that Jimmy coming back to fight Roman, where Jay will be conflicted on to help his brother or help his cousin, that would be a decent storyline for going into Mania. So I think that's a good idea. If Rock came in.
Yeah, hopefully Brock doesn't make it. Hopefully Brock just decides, I'm gonna sit this one out.
Not Brock, Rock.
You said Brock, right?
No, The Rock.
Oh, The Rock. Oh, that's a dream match. I don't know. I hope so. I hope so. James Presley says it's not gonna last. What's not gonna last, James? Um. So the hurt. I'm sorry. He's commenting on the Hurt Business's tag title when he believes it's not gonna last. He believes it's gonna be a short run. What do you guys think about the Hurt Business as far as them coming together? I like the fact that they got the titles. I feel like it's solidifying them as a group. That they can be taken more seriously now. I definitely think that we're seeing some tension boil between Bobby Lashley and Bobby Lashley. What's the other guy named Shelton Benjamin concerning Cedric Alexander. How Cedric Alexander keeps taking the mic and or just keeps making these initiatives that's not asked. But thanks to Cedric Alexander, they won the titles because Shelton Benjamin was taking way too long to put a finisher on Kofi, and Cedric was like, "All right, let's just get these belts and get this over with." But what do you guys think?
So I would say I think it's good, that they won. At one point I was like, man, the Hurt Business is like only fighting black people, even though they do fight like Retribution and everything. But you see them and a lot of the other black wrestlers more than anything, like the New Day and everything. But it's good. I know Shelton Benjamin had a video where he dedicated his title win to Shad Gaspar. Rest in peace. He said anytime he was gonna get a title, no matter what, he was gonna dedicate it to him. So I thought that was pretty cool. Is it gonna last? I don't think so. As I said earlier, without the fans, I don't think being a champion really matters at this moment. And one thing my last point, one thing I saw on one of the documentaries, it might have been John Cena, but back in the day, I think the wrestlers used to carry the belts around. I don't think they actually carry the belts with them anymore, because I know one time there was a title match and John Cena went inside of one of those big black boxes, the cases, and he took it out of the case and took the belt out, and then he went out to the ring. It wasn't like it was in his locker room, So it's like they don't walk around with it or anything for the fans to see, especially right now. So
yeah.
Oh, so I'll give you a quick funny story since you brought that up. Mania weekend of last year, I actually got the opportunity to go to WrestleMania in New York. So, obviously as wrestling fans, we take our belts to the events with us. So, right, exactly. So I put my belt in my carry-on and I put it, I went through security with it. So as I'm going through security, I hear the two TSA girls talking to each other. They're like, I think he's a wrestler. He's a wrestling belt. I think he's a wrestler. And I'm like, so I hear them talking, and I'm like, I work here, but okay. I said, yeah, we can go with that.
No, you could have said, it's Jay McMahon, baby. Like, well, let me tell you something, sisters. And, start like talking in a whole new voice.
As I'm walking security, they're talking, and they're just like, so they're like, hey. I'm like, hey, what's going on? So I take my suitcase and I go. So as I'm coming back, I check my bag in again, and it goes to another TSA. Now I think this house in Philly, and you know how when somebody thinks you're a celebrity, or you see a celebrity, and you kind of say, you make it extra like, hey, what's going on? That's what the guy did to me. He was like, hey, I'm like, this guy really think I'm a wrestler? Like, what the heck? I said, hey,
run with it, man.
Yeah, I rode away. I was like, hey, what's going on?
You could have got a lot of numbers that night, Jay.
I could have.
You could have a lot of dates that night, Jay.
You could have been like $10 for a photo. Come on.
Right. You could have made some money. Like, yeah, you're like, yeah. He'd be like, yeah, what's up? Like, you want to take a photo? $10, $10. You could have, went home with like, like $5,000 in your pocket, Jay. You playing games, man. Jay, you need to go back. You need to go back to the airport with that belt and make some money, man. Anthony Cobb says, I don't like the way they won the titles, how Cedric took that moment from Shelton. I don't know. Where are they going with this angle? but I think the Hurt Business are going to choose Cedric over Shelton. Interesting. Brian Jones, yeah, I agree. The Hurt Business is good, but they don't. But they only fighting other black people. Can we see the mix up? Can we see a mix up? I'm sorry. Chanel says exactly. Like, really? All right, guys. All right, we know Black Lives Matter. It's gonna happen. But I think the reason why they've done it, I think the reason why they're clashing with the New Day is because the New Day is a top tier tag team. So it only makes them look more so on their level. It's like they're trying to, it's like like they say, you're only as good as the last person you fought, or you're only as good as your competition. So the fact that they were able to take the belts from the New Day, because the New Day is not any average tag team at this point. They're really not. So for them to actually beat the New Day really kind of says a lot about them, even though some people may think different, but the New Day is a top tier tag team. Brian Jones says that it's almost like they don't want to see the black guys beat up the white guys. They are a tough group. Chanel says, you missed it, JJ. Laugh. She put the dollar sign. You missed it, Jay.
Yeah, I know. I slipped up.
You missed it, Jay. The Hurt Business needs a diva. They do.
Naomi.
Naomi would. Yeah. But Jay wouldn't go. Jay would. Is it Jimmy? I think it's Jimmy. Jimmy's name now.
Jimmy,
yeah. About the wife, right? Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think Jimmy will go for it.
Jimmy ain't playing nothing. He don't want to do nothing.
Nah, he definitely is not. He's definitely not going to. All right, guys. So that's our time for today. We were going to go over Monday Night Raw, but we have ran out of time. We have other things to attend to, so we're not going to be able to stay on with you guys long. But we thank you guys for joining us for another edition of Wrestling Talks and Thoughts. Please do not forget to subscribe. If you have us on YouTube, go to YouTube, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button under the videos, leave a comment in the comment section below. You can go back, watch the video again as we get into these topics, and you can put your comments in the comment section so we can have some conversation going. Also, don't forget to look out for our live videos on Facebook for when we go live, when we have these conversations. We want to know what your opinions are concerning wrestling. All opinions, all thoughts, all ideas are welcome, so we can discuss them, we can talk about them. Well, we thank you guys for joining us. Please join us again as we go live on Sunday. We'll be going live on Sundays and Tuesdays. We will be posting up the videos for when we go live in the groups. You can also check us out on Wrestling Talks and Thoughts on Facebook. We have a group page and we have a fan page, so you guys can check us out. I am your host, Saheem the Dream.
And your co-host, J. Mac Main.
Andre Jaho from Black News Undisputed. Check us out.
Andre Jaho, thank you for
having me. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yes, Andre, thank you for joining us. Once again, we will have you on again. Of course, we enjoyed your company. We definitely need to have you back on again. But yes, guys, we thank you guys for joining us for another edition of Wrestling Talks and Thoughts. We will see you guys later. Peace.